Welcome to Game Devs Play Games, where you can watch games and practice game design. And we are here today with Star Wars
Episode 1
Pod Race.
Pod Racer.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a blast of the past. This is our Multiplayer Monday special, which I guess if you guys really want, we could do a full playthrough of the main game.
If you want us to.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed. So we're going to face off each other. I was pleasantly surprised. It's been a very long time since I've loaded this on my N64, and I was pleasantly surprised to find numerous profiles from my siblings and I, and my profile has the maxed out stats. So
Nice.
we're gonna go in hard and find out what it's like to fly at the fastest speeds when we haven't picked up this game in like a decade.
Can I also be you and choose the highest? Oh, I'm just going to do that.
It's just the profile.
All right, I'm just going to do that then.
Well, don't choose the same guy as me though.
I'm not going to choose the same
really
shit.
Want to?
No, I don't want to be
Guess
exact.
what you want, man.
I don't want to be exact.
My personal favorite is the like creepy demon clown looking alien.
That's fair.
I don't know why that one is the one that resonated with me most as a kid.
Oh, goodness. I love this one.
That looks like,
What's
you know
next?
those inflatable T-Rex suits?
Yeah,
That looks like someone wearing one of those suits.
gotcha. That's pretty true. Oh, and it's so cool, but it's not nearly as good as this.
Okay, so real quick though, before you select, let's talk about how many different stats there are in this game.
There are so many
For an
stats.
N64 racing game, I feel like this is pretty deep in its system design.
Yeah.
We have traction, which I assume is how much you slide.
Yeah.
Turning, which is, I guess, just how narrow of turns you can make. Acceleration, obviously how quickly you speed up, especially after hitting a wall. Top speed, maximum potential. Air brake, how fast you slow down. Cooling, you can overheat your engines if you do like a super boost.
Yeah.
So I assume cooling allows you to do that longer, and then repair, I think, is just how long you take to repair your engines if they take damage.
Higher bar, quicker time. Yeah.
These are really intuitive stats. There are so many racing games out there with like just a million. Even the latest Mario Kart is one of those that has like a million different stats, and you're like, I don't even know what does weight do. Like it could do a lot of things. I don't feel the difference. But I don't know. I thought this was a really smart and intuitive layout of stats. But we can talk about it more when we're actually racing.
I always like
This guy is like Ren from Ren and Stimpy.
this guy though. He's not nearly as good. He's terrible traction compared to this dude.
Ooh, yeah, he's kind of not good.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to go bypass.
It's interesting that, and this is arguable because maybe some stats are worth more in the grand scheme of things than other stats. But it does seem like there are objectively some worse racers in the lineup, even when you have the best equipment for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, equipment doesn't always make you the best.
I mean,
Equipment
guess.
almost never makes you the best, really.
I guess.
You gotta get good.
So we're gonna start at Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Just to like,
I
this
think
is
I
the
know how to
first
say it.
level of the game. We're gonna start things off here. We're gonna jump
Look
around.
at these graphics.
So good.
Delish. You can change a few views. Oh! I'm
So I
sorry,
think it's
that was
just you
loud.
versus me, yeah?
Yes, it is. Oh, goodness. So
I
many
am
views.
not afraid of anything. So this game,
This dude, it's almost unfair how much traction I actually have. I was thinking that the amount of traction being full was going to be too much traction. This traction is
it
ridiculous.
Like, so it like feels good, like
well,
you're not like.
it's actually, now that it feels a little jumpy. So
But,
maybe
like,
full
it's-
traction isn't the best.
So does having high traction feel like it's more responsive?
Oh, yes. Oh, we both did it.
You know, okay, so this is the first level of the game. I really like that it is one of the few levels that actually force us to go on our side like this. And there are plenty others that do, if I'm remembering correctly. But I really like that this is one of those levels that do force us to do that, because it means from the very beginning of the game, it sort of requires that the player understand the full extent of the mechanics of the game. And I mean, it being an early stage 2, it gives a lot of opportunity for us to learn about the boost mechanic.
Right.
So if you're on a straight path and you're on the main path, if you hold up on the joystick and then tap A, you go into like turbo boost. And that's when your engines start overheating. And then if you bump into anything, you basically are dead.
Oh, no.
So it's a really, really good and somewhat moderately safe playground for exploring the mechanics of the game. And I think even in the main campaign, when you're doing the the tournament, I think you do come back to Tatooine a lot. I don't quite remember because some of they reuse some courses and then they like switch them up slightly.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
But yeah, point of it being, I like that it's a really strong level design for letting the player learn the mechanics of the game.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This guy's actually too fast. His stats are actually too good.
Are you so sure about that, Eddie?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of the crazy thing too about like once you get into the higher speeds of this game, like it's super easy when you're going like normal vanilla speeds, and even this is the easiest course of the game.
Yeah.
Probably. And going at super high speeds, it becomes immensely difficult. And that's universal across all racing games, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But like, I don't know. I think it's...
Gosh. Oh no.
It creates a very interesting difficulty curve, like a natural one. Especially because the game, as you play through the campaign, lets you like slowly ramp things up by buying upgrades and stuff. I think it's good. So we all knew how that one was going to go.
Oh boy.
So we have, this is the first zone.
Yes.
We have 2, 3, 4 zones we can go to.
Oh. Gotcha.
So I say, so that took us
are they
7
different
minutes.
difficulty levels by the way that they're colored?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So I say we choose one from zone 2. I'll let you choose this one.
I can't. Okay, let's go
so
with
first one
number
is
5.
Tatooine. Oh no, it's not. Aquilaris. Ando Prime.
Wait, okay, hold on.
You want to go to Ando?
Let's see the other ones.
Some Ord Ibana, Mangaza,
Barunda.
Aquilaris. Oh, there's 2 Aquilaris.
Interesting. I wonder if it's just it backwards. Ooh.
It's probably like a hard mode version of it.
Mangaza.
Mangaza? Lava for days.
Yeah. Oh no. Did
you want to change your vehicle? Well, too late now.
It's a little late for that, isn't
Oh, I kind of remember this stage.
What was that?
Oh, yeah. This is so good.
Oh, man.
I'm so happy we're playing this on the show.
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Oh, gosh. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Those were numbers.
Ooh. Yeah, man. It's always been that way. Well, I mean, it's like tally marks, so it still reads pretty clearly.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh.
Do better, mo better, Eddie. Did you think it was ever unfair that Anakin was almost always the best racer in this game?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Fair.
he kind of becomes that one that it's like, if you're playing against a friend or something,
Yeah.
if you choose Anakin, you're the asshole.
Yes. Oh.
But like in campaign mode, it feels like it makes sense, right? Because Anakin in the movie is like, he's the best because he can use the Force, or whatever their logic was, even though he had a junk racer.
Yeah. Real junk.
I'm gonna regret that. Ooh.
So did a few other people on the race, though. Like, okay, no,
That's true.
No.
I mean, it was like, Tatooine was kind of like a junkyard.
That's true. A lot of those racers... Okay, I guess it's really easy to break
I can't
this.
repair that. Well, yeah, when we're going at like top speeds.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, I wasn't going top speed there.
So, let's talk about the repair mechanic.
Yeah.
I think that is one component of this game that, while you could absolutely play this game and never use the repair mechanic, like you could choose to just let yourself die, because oftentimes it was actually better to just die and respawn than to worry about repairing your vehicle.
Yeah.
Because you're probably going to crash it soon anyway.
Yes.
And you're going to slow down when you're repairing, and, you know, it's... Using the repair mechanic required a lot of, like, smart choices.
Yes.
Like repairing during a turn, or, I don't know, you choose your moments with it wisely. But I think, so when you jump over that, I think you have to pull back on the thumbstick so that you glide. I could be wrong, but it worked for me, so...
Gotcha. I wasn't going very fast, let's remember that.
Also fair. Oh, God.
Oh, come on. No. Can't repair that, lost a whole engine.
So, I think the repair mechanic is really smart, because it builds into this component a way to resolve you from crashing into everything.
Yeah.
And I think that it almost is lazy with not necessarily in a bad way, but in some racing games that's like it's all or nothing. Like you're going and eventually you're gonna die no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Unless you're like an exceptionally good racer.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lame way to force your players to fail. Mm-hmm. At least with the repair mechanic, as unlikely as it is that you'll ever go through a race without dying.
Yeah.
I like that it's an option, and I feel like it makes the player have to make more intelligent choices during the race.
Gotcha.
I mean, how do you feel about that? Do you think that I'm stupid?
I'm sorry. I was
You're pretty focused.
I'm really focused right now. So real quick, repeat a little bit.
Basically, the quick summation is the repair mechanic, I think, creates a dynamic where it encourages the player to make more intelligent choices during the race.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Do you think that it benefits the design of the game, though? Or do you think that it's just kind of like, it's there, it doesn't really hurt or help much?
Does it benefit the design?
This is how I win when I play games on the show.
I think it fits the narrative of the game. I don't know if it helps the design as much, but it helps the narrative because during the pod races in episode 1, there was a whole lot of that repairing kind of going on during the race.
There was a lot of like jury rig repairs.
Yeah, during
That's a really good point. I didn't even think of that.
It's kind of more for the narrative, I think.
Huh. Weird. You know, for someone who's so focused on the game and trying to not lose, that was really good insight, Eddie.
Thank you.
Yeah, that almost makes me wonder too, like, did they like, I mean, obviously they watched the film first and then made the game.
Yeah. Or they had influence from people who had them, who were allowing them rights to the game.
Yeah, it could be like the publishers being like, hey, we don't like how often players are dying. Mm-hmm. You need to do something to make that happen less because this is supposed to be a kid-friendly game. And that totally, I could see that totally being a publisher like forcing the developers to change their design to like fit the need of the market.
And fit the story.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, I think that it was a good choice. I feel like I naturally want to oppose publishers in that sense, but like, it doesn't mean they're always wrong. I feel like there's a lot of good things to get out of publishers too.
They're not always wrong, they're not always right, you know?
It's a nasty habit or mindset to get into when you're like super focused on being indie. It's really easy to fall into that trap of being like, fuck publishers. I'm never gonna work with a publisher.
That's pretty fair.
Like, actually, publishers are pretty legit.
Pretty legit, and they're kind of useful.
Not to say that there's anything wrong with disliking publishers, because there are more than ample cases where publishers have kind of hurt things.
Oh, yeah.
Unintentionally, like it wasn't malicious, but...
A lot of cases where it was intentional.
Well,
maybe not.
Maybe like choosing to drop a studio because they're not making enough money, that's obviously an intentional thing, but that's not necessarily malicious, it's just that they need to maintain their business.
They do, yeah.
But I don't think there's ever truly a case of like a publisher being like, we're going to force you to make this design change because we want your game to fail. Like, that literally does not make sense.
No, it doesn't. That's a good... Yeah, that's fair. Oh my gosh, okay. Woo.
So, let's talk sound design.
Oh, man.
What is the thing in the sound design that stands out the most to you?
It's the yelling of the drivers the most.
That's what I thought you were going to say. And I'm really happy that I was right. So, okay, what about it? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it nothing? Is it just there?
It's fitting because there was a whole lot of it going on. I went into the model of that tractor, then crashed into the nothingness within. Let's just take a moment.
I beat you.
Yeah, you did. I mean, come on. The yelling stands out the most right now.
But what does it do for the game? Like, how does it hurt or help it?
Honestly, I'm not often sure. Okay, it may have been your character yelling the most. So in that case, it may have been helping you knowing that you were doing well. Because I think the only person yelling was your character, and I would think it was because when you did something well or you avoided something.
I think every time a character yells is when you crash. Sorry.
Oh, that might be it then. You know what? Since I was hearing it so often, probably was me. With the okay. Really need to change vehicles.
That is a pretty cruel level design thing, though, to have a very crashable object in the very beginning. Why are you sliding so much?
Chris, I have too much traction.
That's like lack of traction.
I can't. Chris, I'm going so fast. This vehicle's not good.
Okay, so I have a thought about the voices.
Okay, it's definitely when you crash, yeah.
It's definitely when you crash.
Yeah.
But okay, here's where I think it actually helps the game a lot. Because I feel like the argument could be made that it's really annoying because you hear it a lot.
But it's very kind of, they're fun though.
It's there's a word for it. It's like difficult to ignore kind of sounds. It's not like volatile. It's like it's just in your face.
Oh yeah.
So the argument I think could be made that it's annoying and that it kind of like gets distracting.
Okay.
But the one thing I think that you can say that it absolutely does to the benefit is, is that it helps reinforce that we're playing specific characters.
Yes.
Because, it's really easy to just like choose your racer and then jump in and just totally forget who you are.
Right.
And like it still kind of is the case even with the voices, but I think the voices help reinforce which character we are and gives them a little bit more personality.
Gotcha.
I mean, not that that's an important part of the game, but I think it helps fill it out and makes it more flavorful. I mean, what do you think of that, about it?
About the voices being unique to characters?
That was not the right way. Ooh,
about unique voices for characters?
Yes. Was that a shortcut? Am I going backward?
I don't know anymore.
I'm gonna repair. I'm gonna do that repair thing before I die.
Oh no.
Hang on one second. Shortcut. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Look at how far ahead I am then.
It was very. Oh god. It was very much. It very much fits the game. The voices. It does not hurt at all. I don't believe. Because all of the characters in the movie were unique as hell. It's probably another choice there to make them be as unique as the characters in the movie.
That's fair.
Gosh.
So what do you think is the most important thing in the sound design? Yes. Do you see that shit?
Game.
That's a legit shortcut.
Gotcha. I am dying. Really? That has to be center? Don't get mad at a game from 1998, Eddie.
Hey, this was before there was that like huge jump of like making handholdy games.
Yeah.
That moment where you're gonna die, but there's nothing you can do about it. That is like this game in summation.
The most important thing for the narrative in the sound design is the voices.
What about the game design?
The game design itself would obviously be hearing the engines of the vehicle.
You think so?
Oh, I mean, I think so.
I'm going to counter that point, actually.
Okay, why?
I'm going to say the crash sounds. Like the actual sounds of the pod racer vehicles hitting walls.
Oh, yeah?
Because that's what gives the game its like visceral feeling. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't get that,
that's actually kind of what builds the pod racers and makes them what they are. So you can like understand what they're made of.
Yeah. I really should have just that was a clear case of you should have just let yourself die, Chris. You wasted so much time. Oh god. How do I not need to repair after that?
But then again, if it's the crash sounds that are writing the narrative of what the pod racers are and what they're made of, then oh god. The engine sounds also fit in there too, of course.
I mean, true, if you're considering it from like umbrella of types of sounds.
There. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna regret this choice. Oh my god, that actually worked out. Holy shit.
That's a wall.
So one thing, shortcuts. They're definitely a thing in this game.
Don't know where they are. Can't find them. Too fast.
They are usually pretty well hidden, and they're definitely not in every single stage. Do you think shortcuts in racing games are good or bad?
They're good. They're always good.
Why are they always good?
Because they make you feel like you got to explore a little.
Yes, but is that important for a racing game?
No. Not really.
So then, could shortcuts actually be potentially damaging for the design? I'm going to use it anyway, but or not.
I think it can help the design in case when you get, let's say you know there's a shortcut coming up and you're surrounded by 8 other players and stuff just getting hectic, you know? Just things are going crazy. And the only way out is to take that shortcut. It just happens to happen at the right time, damn it, and be there when you need it. So then you just take the shortcut to get away from everyone, you know? Or everyone else takes the shortcut and you just stay on the main road to get away from the madness. Well, and hope that they crash in the shortcut.
That's kind of... I think where I worry about shortcuts is if you are already a good player and you know the shortcuts, it kind of works to the not as skilled player's disadvantage. Because the shortcuts are almost always risk-reward, right? Like, you're more likely to crash if you try to take them, but if you're good at taking them, then you're going to keep getting ahead, which means that the players that aren't as good, they're never going to catch up. And so there's no balance for equalizing that plane. And you can still make the argument that you don't need to. It's a competitive game, and you shouldn't. But Mario Kart takes the exact opposite approach. And that's partly what makes Mario Kart so frustrating, but also so fun for, larger groups of people at a time.
Yeah.
This is so impossible.
This is impossible, Chris. I can't drive this thing. This thing is ridiculous.
So I guess maybe the answer to shortcuts is it really depends on...
I landed and blew up. I landed flat and blew up.
Well, you hit the ground too hard, man.
Dude.
Did you repair from the previous damage?
Yes. I was good.
I don't believe you.
Chris, this particular vehicle is redonk.
Were you hitting up on the thumbstick?
No.
Maybe you should have been hitting back so that you landed softly. Which is definitely a thing. If you hit back on the thumbstick, you kind of glide down rather than just hit hard.
Just like in the movies when they would pull up, they would kind of glide down.
Yeah. It's when Anakin's like, pull up. I don't think Anakin ever said that. Maybe he did.
Anakin never said much of anything worthwhile.
Ooh. Although that's one of my favorite gifts to use for my my day job, because I'm in QA. When one of the devs sends a bug back to me to be like, all right, this is fixed, and then I regress it and I verify that it's fixed.
Yeah.
I'll add the gif of Anakin in the pod racer with the wind blowing, and he's like, it's working! It's working!
Nice.
I once did that, and one of the developers was like, never bring up episode 1 to me ever again. I was like, whoa, oh boy. Okay, we're over time, but I say we do the last race.
Yes, let me change my vehicle.
Okay.
Because, whoa. We should obviously keep doing.
Oh, shit. Let's up the ante. Let's set 6 racers.
Oh, boy. Yeah, let's do it.
What?
I didn't...
You did. I heard your thumbstick, you piece of shit. Maybe you hit it? Okay. Oh, okay, so dynamically does it based on who hits the button.
Nice, okay.
It's already so hot in this room. Who you gonna be? Are you gonna be that guy and be Anakin?
What? No.
You should be Anakin.
I'm gonna be that guy. I don't want to be Anakin.
All right.
Screw that. I don't want to be Anakin.
Wow.
Anakin's trash.
All right, well, if you lose to the CPUs...
Anakin trash can.
Whoa, that's some fighting words.
Anakin trash can. Anyway... Hello? This thing is so cool. I'm not even going to go first person. I'm going to go this person. Third person.
I always liked the furthest one away because I felt like it gives me the best sense of my vehicle's space.
I agree with that.
How it fits into the environment.
That's why camera views are important to have.
Yes.
Because everyone wants to play differently. I'm good with first person view sometimes.
I actually tend to prefer it, like first-person view.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more like both challenging, immersive, and just interesting.
Right.
Because a lot of the times games like this, whoa. A lot of times games like this are built for third person in mind. So when you enter first person cameras, you tend to see things from an angle that a lot of the designers were not initially intending you to see.
Yes.
But like they let you do it anyway because it was like, well, it's such an easy camera angles are such an easy thing to get into games like this.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just
Yeah, it's just changing.
a camera inside the vehicle.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Just different cameras.
Yeah. Oh, geez, what was that?
I always like it. I always love it when racing games implement. I guess there's probably only maybe like 2 or 3 different styles of listening points that you should put on cameras. If you have, say, you have like 4 different cameras you can choose from a racing game. I wonder if it would always be nice to have like 2 or 3 of them to be different style listeners, as in microphones attached to them to treat.
I'm lapping. I'm lapping people.
Jeez. To treat audio differently for each of you. I love it when they do that. It's always a good choice.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so like inside cockpit sounds like it's inside cockpit.
That's definitely a lot of work. Well, depending. I guess it depends, right? Because if you're using like 3D sounds and they kind of scale in volume based on your distance to the sound.
Yeah. And also
that could be pretty easy.
It's like a different, when you're third person view behind the car, changing gears, it sounds differently than when you're inside first person.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I think that's definitely a really good way to like polish the sound design in a game like racing games. Yeah.
That's why I want to work on a massive racing game, just because there's so many different variables of states of sound and such, and I just want to learn how to build those kind of things within either FMOD or the Wise audio engines that they attach to it, because there's just so many different parameters that you can do.
That's fair.
You can use and build. Okay, I'm just.
Wasn't it FMOD that you said that?
Okay, name this episode Crash Course.
Well, it's going to be named Multiplayer Mondays. That's what it is.
It's true.
Was it FMOD that you said? You taught me at one point. I think FMOD was developed specifically for the sounds, for like creating vehicle sounds in some racing game.
I'm like 90% sure that is the case. I have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure it was built it was originally built and thought up for racing games.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense too, because if you consider just how many different sounds go on in the engine of a car, that would require a pretty robust system to handle that.
Yeah.
I always thought that was really cool. Something like a racing game where you wouldn't think that racing games like have a major impact on like game development software and tools that are regularly used today and had been used for a while.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think that a racing game would be the one that like breaches those boundaries. But that's kind of cool if it is true.
Oh gosh.
So one other thing I really want to talk about Pod Racer is the ability to keep racing after you lose one engine. It's like
I don't really feel like I'm actually able to control.
Well, you can. Now, you only really gain like 1 to 4 or 5 seconds of extra time. But I think it's kind of fun in that it lets you it lets you stretch out your time. I've had it go for a long time, when I was a kid and good at this game.
Oh gosh.
But I think it's really interesting. Like, I don't think that it like helps the design tremendously, but I think it has a lot of personality in the design. If that makes any sense. It's like, what other racing game out there can you keep driving after losing half of your engine?
Well, this game is they did a really good job of this game, or they were told to fit how the movie was, because I
mean, that's true.
I'm pretty sure there was a point in the race that one of them lost an engine.
Oh, buddy.
Don't worry, it's fine. We knew that was gonna happen.
I thought you were, most of the rest of the races, you were like right behind me.
That's because there was only 2 of us. I had no one else to be behind.
But, like, I lapped the CPUs. I didn't realize I lapped you, too. I didn't lap you in the previous races. So one other thing is I think that the engine systems, though, in this game were also pretty innovative. The fact that, like, you could damage one of your engines and it would actually force you to... You would turn...
Oh, yeah, it was. That was really intuitive.
You, like, wouldn't turn as well on one side, so it had this, like, interesting dynamic with your thrusters working... One side's working better than the other, so you just, like, woo!
Mm-hmm.
So good. I love it. But anyway, that's all we should do for this one, because this is already a half-an-hour episode.
Yay.
But this was Pod Racer.
Multiplayer Mondays.
Question of the day. What was the strongest design choice in the vehicle systems of the game? What gave it that extra special oomph that made Pod Racer such a, like, what do you call it? Like, it's like a cornerstone of a lot of people's childhoods. Like, this is super nostalgic for me and for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he picked it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Just to clarify, I don't like episode 1.
Nobody does. That's not the point.
I didn't want anyone to think that.
Pod racing was the only good thing about that, and it had nothing to do with it.
Pod Racer was the only good thing. Yep. That's all. I can't have this on the internet with people thinking that I don't. Not saying it.
Eddie likes Final Fantasy X too. Bye, everyone.